Greetings, Cryptonauts, and welcome back to another episode of Crypto Shill. It's been a few hard weeks, but the show must go on. Ever since the FUD of Elon Musk, the market has suffered quite a bit of a drop, and it has given us pause and some time to reflect and think about what types of projects should we be investing in. Of course, in the weeks leading up to Elon's comment on Twitter, there was a lot of activity around the whole meme coin idea. There's many meme coins that have been launched, and many meme coins have been making quite a bit of money, including things like Safe Moon and Shiba Inu. So, what's in store for us in the near future, and where do we go from here? So, I think in order for some of these meme coins to survive, they're going to need to do something to improve their situation, meaning they have to start proving themselves. They're going to have to start coming up with use cases, and they're going to have to make their users happy in some way, more than just trying to be some sort of basic charity or some sort of basic RFI token. They're going to have to find a way to evolve from where they're at. So here in this particular segment, we're going to be looking at FOMO Labs. FOMO Labs it looks to be one of these kind of projects. They started off as a meme coin project, but they quickly found their footing and have pivoted and are now in a new direction where they're going to be a NFT platform that has multiple uses which go beyond the simple art use case. So this is a very interesting development for the particular project, and it sounds like they've got some people who are going to be able to make this happen because they have connections in the industry, and they have some very interesting ideas about where to go in the NFT space to make it more than just collectible art. I recently had the pleasure of an impromptu conversation with Pixasso, the CEO of FOMO Labs. Pixasso shares some insightful details and developments regarding FOMO Labs and their future direction. I think you're going to particularly enjoy the details around future NFT use cases, so without further ado, here's our discussion.
The V2 will be coming up. We've actually had a bid go in. I don't want to say how much, of a few 100,000, but that
Sure.
was more of a. So FOMO are a solutions provider as well. So people come to us and say, "Can you build us X? Can you build us this or can you build us that?" And we charge a lot of money to do this. And the same essentially with the Porsche. We got some really good contacts at the Miami Crypto Experience guys. So the Porsche. I don't want anyone to go on to the Avenue yet because the V2 is coming out tomorrow. So I'd prefer you go on tomorrow when the new V2 is out. It looks amazing. You can comment on NFTs. You can follow, vote, like, stuff other NFT platforms can't do. But the Porsche, the bid was originally $911,000. I think they've lowered that somewhat because their bid they received so far, it's just shy of $500,000.
Sure.
But it's big money. A lot of these are big money, and we've also got art that. Have you ever heard of the art dogs playing poker?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that art, we're perhaps going to be NFTing that art as well. I don't mind talking about it. It's because it's an actual real life art piece. It sold for $600,000 about
Right.
6 years
Right.
ago. And for example, why are we different? So we're an art curator. So not just a marketplace. FOMO Lab will create the art. So my vision for that art is bringing the dogs to life. So I've always wondered, what are those dogs talking about? Are they in a Godfather-esque movie scene, or what's going on? So we'll bring the NFT to life, and hopefully we'll partner with Sotheby's or Christie's, and we'll sell that off as well.
No kidding. So you got a handle of the original art piece, or no, the one like from the
Yeah.
1800s.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine who owns it. He's got a very
Wow, dude, that's epic.
Yeah. They've been on at me for the last month to do it, but I said, look, we've got to time it right. We've got to make sure he gets the right exposure, because that's going for 7 figures plus.
Yeah, that's pretty epic, man. Holy crap.
Big things. It's just weird going into the chat sometimes. I don't want to say, "Hey guys, me."
Yeah, no.
But we're really active in the FOMO Lab chat. It's really like a big family there, and we welcome you there anytime. We've got some really loyal holders. I remember starting the group at 100 people. We're pushing 6,500 now. It's been just over a month, about 5 weeks.
Wow.
And going pretty well, guys.
I mean, with a name like FOMO, you got a FOMO, bro. That's the way. That's the word, right?
Well, that's the thing. It's the fear of missing out, and with FOMO Lab, you'll never miss out again. We're teaching people how to stake. No one, a lot of our community don't know what staking is, so they're not missing out on that. And if you look at the term FOMO, it goes deeper than just a crypto word. Think about FOMO's ruled throughout history, right? Why did the British go to Australia? Because they were scared of missing out. It was the next America, right? So they FOMO'd into the journey, and they got there. There was nothing there.
Right,
So,
right.
how many people do you have on your team?
So originally, we started off with myself, Zeno, the CTO, and Blanksy, the COO, and probably about 3 or 4 of the members. Now we employ well in excess of over 15 to 20 members, full PR teams, and we've really grown into a proper business.
So, so what makes you
Where-
different than the other NFT platforms? I mean, I'm hearing that you've got some partnerships. Is that what you
Yeah.
think is your key differentiator,
Well,
or do you think there's anything else beyond that?
Well, like I said, it's more so the ecosystem because with other, for example, let's use Ecomi as an example, right? So that's a great platform and project, right? But I probably used it for 5 minutes, and my first thing was, why can I not sell these NFTs on other platforms? What's going on? What's going on here? So I can just use Ecomi? That's not a marketplace at all. That's a closed, centralized system, right? So with FOMO Lab, we're not trying to be the eBay of marketplaces. We're trying to be the Louis Vuitton of marketplaces. So you can only have high-end actual art that's got a value, and not just, for example, when we speak to these celebrities, say if it was David Beckham, for example, right? We have David Beckham on Nifty Gateway, and right underneath that you'll have an art piece going for I don't know, like 1 ETH maybe, and David Beckham's is going for 1 million. It doesn't fit right, does it? You need to make sure that we only offer high-end created services, and with us, we're already moving quick. We're already doing the ticketing. I don't know any other marketplace that's doing ticketing like we are. We've already landed our first gig with Brendan Schwab.
So when you say ticketing, do you mean like concert tickets, that kind of a thing?
Yeah. So we start in the first. It's all proof of concept at the minute, right? You have to remember. So everything's in that POC stage, and for Brendan Schwab, he has a podcast. If you don't know who he is, Google him. He's probably the second largest podcast host aside from Joe Rogan. He's actually famous from the Joe Rogan podcast. We have got connections there as well. And so what we're doing for that, more information is going to be released. But from what I can say is, he gets 2 or 3 million. I think it's 20 million, 3 to 20 million varying listeners for his podcast. So if we can do a special NFT, very cheap, very well priced, a few dollars, to his fans, and that's a proof of concept. We can sell tickets to his podcast, and we're also in talks with major, soccer clubs, as you'd call them. And we're really on the edge of the trend. Without giving away too much, I don't think there's many people who are doing as much as we are.
Well, do you guys have any
Who's your
sort
team?
of exclusivity deals, kind of a thing?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we're speaking on. So yeah, with Brendan Schwab, there'll be an exclusivity deal. With Palace, I mean, they're the exclusive as you get. They're signed to Warner for multiple of millions, and only we can get their NFTs. With FEG, so even on the DeFi side, so we've got all the celebrities, right? So Tyson Fury, first edition NFTs, we're exclusive rights holders on that. But with FEG, we're the exclusive NFT partners for the FEG project. They've got over 100,000 members in their Telegram, and we've got constant exposure to that Telegram. So it's looking good. I'm actually flying to Miami to meet a very, very famous producer in a few weeks, actually. So
Nice.
So Pixasso,
yeah, that'd be good.
So have you are you aware of the Chili's project?
I'm aware of them, and they're focused on voting for the soccer clubs and the sports clubs, and I think that's great. But again, everything's very one-dimensional, which really bothers me with NFT marketplaces. So all you can do is buy and sell NFTs. Who buys art? I mean, I'm the owner of an art creating project. Who buys art?
So I mean,
I'm sorry.
would you have overlap with them as far as
Yeah, so I would say the art phase is a fad phase. We need to have real use case and real utility. Like I said, with the FOMO Lab, it's more than just the marketplace. You can buy drops in FOMO, you can buy your tickets in FOMO, but you can also stake your FOMO. You can also participate in IDOs with your FOMO. There's going to be a lot of you go to the FOMO shop and buy real life items. You might have like some Jordans. Perhaps we can do that in FOMO as well. Not many other DeFi projects can do this, and I'm happy that more Binance Smart Chain projects are opening. We're going cross chain. We're already working on 2 other chains, which I haven't announced yet, but I will. And I think it's good. We want you to buy the Palace NFTs, for example, resell them on the Binance Smart Chain, Binance's NFT marketplace. Go and resell them on, for example, Refinable. What have Refinable done? They listed super high, and they left a load of bag holders at $10, and they're sitting at $1 to $2. Yeah, it was so wrong. I mean, I watched that happen in front of my eyes, and it was horrible. We went the other way. We were oversubscribed by 5 or 6,000%, a few million actually, and we decided not to take it. We decided to list really low, so the only way is up for us. Because Refinable, is it worth a few hundred million market cap right now? It has nothing. It has one site.
No.
It's the YouTubers that hyped that Refinable up. Mr. Beast was one of the
yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need to do that. He's super wealthy, He has no need to do that.
Well, they treated it more
What's
like
the
a
name of your
Bitcoin launch,
company?
So that's not quite the same.
Yeah.
And that was wrong. That was wrong. And I think what we're making sure why celebrities are coming with us at FOMO Lab is because we're not using you to launch our tokens. We're actually here to monetize you, bring you closer to your fans, and give them that experience. For example, I try not to give away a few of our ideas because I see projects listed.
But to be realistic, that's inevitable. If anybody has a good idea, and they start to build something like that, and people take notice, other people are going to jump in and compete. So you have to have your edge, like So what would you say your edge is? I mean, so right now what I'm hearing is, so you got some exclusivity with some artists.
So the edge really is, us at FOMO Lab, we really are a laboratory. While people are doing their art, we're already doing ticketing. While people are thinking of ticketing, we're all doing experiences where you can, go for example, check this, all right? I'll tell you why we're so far ahead. So you go to a concert, you like, let's just say, the Rolling Stones, right? You like the Rolling Stones. So you go to every single one of their concerts for 20 years and you get absolutely nothing. But if you go through our ticketing portal, so for example, we'll sign you up. So for the next year, if you go to every single Rolling Stones event, there are going to be, out of 10,000 tickets sold, there's going to be 10 golden tickets, just like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. With those 10 golden tickets, you can go and meet your favorite artist. You can go and meet Mick Jagger. You can perhaps have a Zoom call with them. Maybe you can do with a football star. Maybe you can shoot ball with them, and we've got the influence to make these deals happen. But what about when that dies? What are you going to do next? I'm not going to give away too much. We are DeFi geeks, we used to send each other NFTs for fun. So our edge is, while they're thinking about doing it, while they're talking to Telegram community saying, is this a good idea? We've already got the tech, we've got the development team, we've got the resources, the connections to make it happen. So our edge is we don't need anybody. So even with Binance Smart Chain's NFT marketplace, we focused on ticketing. We're on Binance Wiki, guys. Go and check it out on Binance Wiki. They've even picked us up, and we know they're watching. We can. It's all about relationships, right? It's all about relationships. And when I sit with these guys personally, we don't even talk money. You can speak to Palace. We don't speak money. I speak engagement. And when I speak to soccer clubs, and I do speak right with the owners, guys, and these guys, 1% of the 1%. And everyone's speaking about money in that room. And I turn around and say, listen, guys, it's about the fans. Think about the fans. Everything comes with it afterwards. So my, FOMO Labs applications for fan engagement through stadiums and what we could implement compared to anybody else, we're quietly confident, very confident.
Right.
When are you planning to launch?
So how many partners do you have so far as these artists and teams, etc.? Could you give a number?
Sure. If you so if you go on our website, so if everyone wants to do this, actually, if you go on FOMOLab.io, check it out, and if you can see on there our partnerships so far, and these are the ones I've announced. We've got loads, guys. So we've already been in Forbes. That was our first article. We've been in Cointelegraph, CoinMarketCap News, Coin Daily. Our partnerships on our site, you can see is Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, Palace from 828 Mafia, Feg, Feed Every Griller. We've got the Miami Crypto Experience guys, who are absolutely brilliant. We've got Balcong Toys, who's one of our main art curators. He's also worked with South American artists such as Acapella. He's a Venezuelan artist. We've got Gold Star Promotions, who deals with a lot of boxing and many talents in the UK. We've also got RD Labs, who are part of our auditing services. We've just announced a partnership with Chain, and they're an oracle, so they'll be providing us, a verification system for NFTs. Everything's aligned. We've probably got another 4 or 5 partnerships with DeFi projects to outline. Celebrities, we have more than you could ever imagine. And we've got many to come as well. And we are talking with whole organizations. It's all about executing them correctly. So with DeFi projects, news is a sensitive subject. we utilize this news in a very important way. Most projects haven't got news for months, let alone weeks. We've got news for the next, I'm going to say 6 months at a time, and I have to turn away more news because our pipeline's looking so strong. And yeah, it's looking good. We're feeling confident. Well, funnily enough, my contact at Gold Star Promotions is really, really good friends with Roy Jones Jr. I went into his office. He's got, his name and two James from Roy Jones. He's got a picture with him from a couple of weeks ago. So it's fairly easy. But the thing is here, I don't want to just keep doing art, guys. It's got to have intrinsic value. It's got to have an experience with it or something special around it. I don't. If everybody else about the monetary value now, if you ask me, Pixasso, why did you decide to do this now, and what is your vision for the future? I'll tell you all that my vision for the future is there will be a FOMO city. There will be a place, we'll be on Decentraland. We're already speaking with many, many people in that space, VR, AR. And no matter if you're wealthy, poor, in the middle, you all want to escape your life sometimes, right? And that's where VR comes in, where you can put your headset on and be who you want anywhere in the world. And these NFTs now, they look like art to you. You're going to be able to use them, guys. You're going to be able to wear that Gucci top you bought as an NFT. You're going to be able to sell that vintage 2021 Palace beat in 5 years for, whatever. So that is the way the future's going. If you haven't already, watch Ready Player One. FOMO Lab are going to be the ones who capture the whole market. But what I will say is we are one of the horses in the race. When you look on the racing field, you'll see us galloping. We're a stallion, a small underdog stallion, and we're causing some ripples, guys, for sure.
No, that's epic, man. That's epic.
Right, guys, I really want to thank you again, J-Man, and your Power Cosmic Mike, and a few of the guys asking questions as well. But yeah, I'd love to come back here more often. If you want to organise some sort of AMA, I'm more than happy to come back and just share our project with you guys. I know we were the champions a couple of times, and more than happy to come back in and really with us. We try not to go in too many groups, but again, we're really happy to go into such a big group like this. And
community, man, it's all about community, right?
That's what it's all about, the story as well, guys. And about 6 weeks ago now, 6.5 weeks ago, we launched 0.02 cents. We went to $1 almost. I think $1.04 at its peak. The correction happened. We're back up above 30 cents, 32 cents, somewhere around there, and we're looking good. We're one of the strongest performers in the market. Even when the main correction happened on Coin Market Cap, we're in the top 20. So we're proper. No, thank you for the questions. I appreciate it. But lovely speaking with you guys. I'll catch you guys soon. Take care.
Of course.
Appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, Cryptonauts. Peace.